Thanks for sitting down and chatting with me, Haley.
You're welcome, Mom.
Thank you, Charlie, for joining us. So, I'm curious what you do to simply be well.
That's a good question. What kinds of things do you like to do?
Well, I like to do my little aerobic thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I first like to ease into the morning with my coffee.
Yeah, that's nice.
A little sitting meditation,
Mm-hmm.
inspiring information, and then do a little workout. So it probably is when I have the most energy.
Okay,
I also love to hang out with my family and friends.
very nice.
Yeah. So I see you've got this big water bottle.
Yes, this is my emotional support water bottle.
Okay.
Comes around with me everywhere.
Is this your other emotional support?
I'm his emotional support.
Okay.
But yes, water is great. I carry this around. I keep this water bottle here in New Jersey, so I don't have to lug it back and forth. And I have another water bottle that I keep in San Francisco. And so that's how I keep track of how much water I drink throughout the day. So I fill it all the way up in the morning, and then I try to get through the whole thing throughout the day. Sometimes I even have to refill it,
Wow.
which is extra credit.
Good job.
Yes. But for morning routines, I also like to have a slow coffee morning. I think we have that in common.
Yeah.
We like to just sit and let our bodies acclimate to the new day.
Yes, I noticed this morning though you got out right out of the gate with Dad this morning.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful day. It's sunshiny out, and it's, I think, the last morning that we'll have. So wanted to take advantage of being able to get out to the beach, walk around in the morning, throw the ball around with Charlie. It's a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had my coffee when I got back from the beach this morning. So little change in schedule. But maybe that's another way to simply be well, is to simply be flexible.
Point taken. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of like getting up and, after, a short period of time, getting out early and walking like Dad does. But I have to say, I need a little more time than he does. So everybody's different.
That's true. I do
To
like
what they, need to do to simply be well.
Yeah, I do like a leisurely morning.
Yeah.
So I don't often go to the gym very early, but if I were to go to an office and I had to be there by a certain time, I would say thanks for the licking. I would usually try to get to the gym by like 7:30, and I would have to pack my gym bag the night before, because I like to just roll out of bed and go without thinking too much before I give myself excuses not to go. So if I have my gym bag packed ready to go, I also pack my gym bag with an empty shaker bottle with just a scoop of protein powder in it, and then after my workout I fill it up with water, and then I drink it in the hot tub like a cocktail.
And so what about, do you have anything before you work out in terms of any kind of protein, or
Not usually. I probably should.
just coffee?
Usually just some coffee, but I don't really like to work out with anything in my tummy.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have opinions about that, but I don't really like to eat too much when I wake up in the morning. My mouth is not ready to consume food. So I'll do my workout, and then after a workout, if I have the time, I like to do what we call a tribathlon.
What is that?
Hot tub, steam room, sauna.
Wow.
Three.
Hot tub, steam room, sauna. Okay.
Tribathlon.
Wow.
3 baths.
Wow.
Yep. So that's pretty nice to start the day that way, if I have the time to. Then quick rinse, and then if I have to go straight to an office after that, then I'll change into my work clothes and do my makeup there, and then go to the office. But if I don't have to go to an office, then I like, the best feeling is after a workout when you get to put your sweatpants on at the end. It's all comfy cozy, feels really good. So that's very nice. And then that's if I'm going to do a workout in the morning. otherwise, I do love a little lazy morning.
Mhm.
I like to sit and have my coffee, pet my Charlie. We like to sit on my little Chase lounge in front of the windows in San Francisco. Even if it's a rainy morning, that's nice too, because then I don't feel guilty about having to go anywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so what about, two things I'm thinking. So what about, do you like to read in the morning? And if so, like
Sometimes.
what kind of things do you like to read other than like, just like pleasures, entertainment? What do you like to read for wellness? Anything? Okay.
I think it's nice to have variety. So it's nice to just lose yourself to a story is wellness.
Yeah, yep, yep. What about, let's say on a weekend, what are the things that you like to do?
Well, Charlie and I love to go to the beach. So we'll usually go on a long walk. It's about a 40-minute walk for us to go to Crissy Field Beach in San Francisco. And Charlie loves to run around on the beach, and he loves to go swimming. And usually after our little romp around on the beach, we'll try to meet a friend in that neighborhood, maybe for a glass of wine or something, or lunch. It's kind of like a typical no plans weekend activity for us.
Nice not to be on a schedule.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a be on our own schedule whenever we feel like leaving after we finish our coffee. We just kind of go. Charlie also loves to go down to Washington Square Park. He has all of his favorite stores he likes to go to for treats. That's what Charlie does for wellness. He has all his neighborhood spots.
And they all know him.
They all know him, so he gets bacon at the coffee shop. He gets milk bones at the hardware store. He gets like a freeze-dried treats at the liquor store. So he's got all his favorite spots, and he does throw a fit if he doesn't get to go. So we like to throw the ball around down at the park.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So we can kind of stay down there for a while, and we'll walk around to his spots, and then there's lots of great restaurants and spots to sit outside in my neighborhood. So I think just being outside and in the sunshine and amongst the people.
Sounds good. And so what about, let's touch on work for a little bit.
Okay.
What, without leading you too much, like what creatively is inspiring to you?
I think we like to tell stories, I think is the most fun part. So if we have like a certain product or a certain kind of like customer that we're trying to hit, then we like to tell visual stories to appeal to that kind of person and the kind of product that we think that they'll want to buy. So I think that's fun.
What I've noticed about you, not necessarily work, but I think is creative and interesting, is like when you come up with these clever captions for things. Like you're really good at like what Charlie is saying. I don't know if that ever spills into work, but I think that it's something that you do that's creative and clever.
Yeah, could be. I think I work with a lot of talented copywriters, so they're a lot better at that than I am. But I think that's also fun of being part of a creative team, is everyone has their role to play and everyone's respectful of each other's role, but we can also bounce ideas off of each other too and enhance someone else's idea.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yep. And what is there anything else? So let's see, we covered movement, easing into the day. Let's see. Movement. So mind. What about so physical? We talked about a little bit. Anything like for your mind that's helpful to keeping you in a relaxed state of mind, or stimulating your mind? And what do you do for mental nourishment?
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but I think for me, I like to unstimulate, kind of like relax and not overwork my mind necessarily. I might feel differently about that in a different point in my life, but right now, I think like not having too much going on or too much anxiety is helpful, and just kind of finding ways to distract myself if I feel myself getting wrapped up too much in something in a negative way, or like kind of overthinking, like, did I phrase that email right? Do I think that person like took what I said the wrong way? And just kind of shoving those thoughts aside and getting distracted with, scrolling on Instagram or reading a suspenseful book, and just kind of diverting attention elsewhere for me.
Yeah, sounds good. And anything from a spiritual perspective that you'd like to talk about?
No.
Keeping it to yourself. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for chatting with me.
Okay.
I'm always curious to hear what turns you on, lights you up. And I guess it can change from time to time.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Okay.
Anne.